Learn to be super successful. Subscribe to my channel, meathead. Okay, so you got anything? I mean, this is the B roll. This is the bimbo roll, okay?
No, we're still reading, really.
Okay, so what case is this?
This is the Vodafone acquisition of...
Not the Vodafone and Nelly.
Yeah, that's right, that's right. And this is back in 1999 when the industry was, experiencing exponential growth. And I think telecom was still a protected industry by many countries. And at this time, it was being liberalized a little to facilitate competition and that. But still, telecom was, I think, protected in a number of countries. I'm not sure how much in Germany, but we're getting to that.
Well, we know it's more concentrated in Germany because that wasn't the part that you skipped over. But yeah, we know that as opposed to the US where there were thousands.
But I was saying it's a protected industry, so there's like government controls on foreign companies buying telecom companies.
Was it telecom? The only telecom that I know is Rogers in Canada. I mean,
there's like three big ones, and they have an oligopoly for the most part.
Okay, but Rogers has been around a while, right?
Rogers has been around a while. Bell and Telus. Those are the three big ones.
I did a deal, or one of you guys did a deal a long time ago with Rogers, and they had decided, I forget what asset base they were going to get rid of. But it was like this, by December 31, whatever the year was, 2005 or 14, whatever it was, they wanted it off the balance sheet. There was no rhyme, no reason why they wanted it off the balance sheet. Sometimes when guys get pissed off and the egos at that level are big, they couldn't get into the pavilion, they don't care if it makes any sense. And it's up to the CFO to make it a bullshit story for the fucking shareholders. I don't care. I want gone. And some of those deals are over in a conversation, over egos, back, not in business, but many years ago when President Bush, before he was president, he was the head of the CIA, okay? And Ross Perot came and they said that Ross Perot's intelligence was that there were men in Cambodia in prison camps, okay? And the United States government said there wasn't anybody, okay? Notwithstanding all the Rambo movies that have been made about people there. And so Ross got an appointment. He saw the president, then this next appointment was with Bush 1, the old Bush, and he said that, I want some support. And he says, well, we're not going to give you any support for a figment of your imagination. There is nobody there. And he said, you're going to look foolish. And he told Ross Perot. And Ross Perot was an old-time billionaire from, before the internet. And he said that, well, I'm going anyway. And what he did, Ross Perot led men into Cambodia. But walking out of that room, because legend has it, because Bush embarrassed him, he said, a career is a long time, and I'll make sure that he pays for that. Well, fast forward 15, 20 years, Bush is president first, and he's running for a second term. Ross Perot enters the presidential race, okay? Gets 23%, if I remember correctly, of the vote, and gets Clinton in office, but he was there mainly to make sure Bush didn't get a second term. I mean, he waited, and the guys think like that. I think that way as well. And so he cost Bush his term. They blame it on, he says, read my lips, no more taxes, but Perot was just waiting. He couldn't get his ducks in a row to stop him the first time. And as much as legend has it that Perot didn't like Clinton, I'd rather have Clinton president and shit on Bush, okay? And that's the way it is. And it's the same mentality when they're taking shit off the balance sheets. They want it off. They don't give a shit. And that's part of our market. That's part of our market. And some of the guys and gal here, Black Beauty, and this guy, this Chinese doctor, or wherever he is, for $1. And it is, I went back and read it, it's 3 months, so it's 90 days it took him. Well, 90 days, and he's complaining kind of like whining. It took him 90 days to get the hospital for $1. So I'm not so sure that, well, I don't like any of you really, but I probably like him less because he's whining that he got a bunch of assets. He thanks the QLA system. But he said, most people getting out of school, if you went to school, there's no way in your wildest dreams that you could buy assets for $1, and let alone sometimes, like apparently the Black Beauty thing, they pay you $1 million to take it off. Well, I could believe that because that's happened to me. But when they decide, I mean, heaven and earth, and then you're the CFO and you don't get it done, you're gone. And of course, when you're the CFO, if you're in charge of it, you didn't learn that in school, that a capricious decision is going to be made at the board level, probably by the chairman and or the CEO, and you could lose your career because you couldn't fulfill some fucking crazy man's idea. But it happens all the time. It happens all the time. And this notion, I don't know if they teach when I was going to school, it was just at the beginning, because when I came back several years later after the military, that everything in life is not necessarily fair, and maybe we shouldn't be teaching people that everything's fair, because it's certainly not. And that's when I learned, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. And the system, the QLA system, is based on the squeaky wheel gets the grease. And unfortunately, some of the kids that take it to the nth degree, I've already told you, get arrested for hounding or stalking. They call it stalking some of these guys. But I'll leave you to your tour because you're still reading the deal. We'll talk about this after lunch today.